I may like them better than the Cowboys. I would do this. I would say Patriots, Colts, Jaguars. Then maybe go ahead and stick the Chargers in there at number 4. I mean, the Chargers are tough. They're tough every year. And then maybe the Giants in at number 5 and the Cowboys in at number 6. I would do something like that. I like the Giants better than the Cowboys. I can't decide if I like the Giants better than the Chargers or not. And you know what? The number 7 team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they could very well crack that top 4 also. I'll tell you what, the Steelers have all the pieces in place. All right, they drafted well. They were just in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. They're another year familiar with their new head coach. The Steelers, I think, are poised to make a bounce, but to just have a bounce back season and possibly go like 12-4 and have a really, really good year. I like the Steelers. So Steelers come in at number 7. I think they might go a little higher. Ellen says Colts then Pats. Dude, I know that you like the Colts better than the Pats. Like I said, they could totally take their place this year. But as of right now, I gotta go Pats number 1, Colts a very, very close second, just judging by their body of work last season. And the fact that no major changes have really happened to either team. I mean, no major changes. The main thing to the Pats is their defense was not young, so just tacking on another year to their defense, it hurts. I mean, their linebacking core is like 40. Really. And they got rid of Asante Samuel. That's going to hurt. But remember, New England is very, very good at bringing guys in that fit the system, that, kind of play a little bit above and beyond what everybody... I mean, the Pats are very good at putting people in place to perform the way they want them to, much like the Colts. Much like the Colts. When I remember when our very first show, and I have our very first Dirty Word show, and I have the show on CD in my truck. I really do. I have it. I have it all. And we talked about on that very first show whether or not it was a mistake for the Colts to let go of Edgerrin James. That's what was going on right then. Edgerrin James had just been released. And we had a big discussion. I remember defending the Colts to Diggs and his dad, Mark the Shark, who was in there doing the show with us. They thought it was a terrible idea. Why would you split up the three-headed monster? I mean, Manning, Harrison, and James. These are the guys. These are the guys that are going to lead you. And I said, listen, guys, think about this. Who did the Colts have before Edgerrin James? Marshall Faulk, right? Marshall. They had Marshall Faulk before they got Edgerrin James. And when they got rid of Marshall, it was kind of who are they going to get now? But the Colts were so good. They got Edgerrin James. They brought him in. He fit the system perfectly. Excelled in the backfield. It was a Pro Bowl running back, right? And when they let go of him, everybody thought it was over. Well, at least the two guys I was doing a show with, it's over for them. But I said, listen, guys, the Colts are good about bringing people in and making them work. They will get someone in the draft that they can plug in, and and they'll get somebody that fits their system. They'll get somebody that understands their offense. They will plug somebody in, and he'll probably be a Pro Bowl running back. And sure enough, the very next year, Joseph Adai's rookie season, Colts win the Super Bowl without Edgerrin James. All right, Joseph Adai goes on in his second season to earn himself a Pro Bowl nod. By the way, over 1,000 yards both years. Listen, and it's also it's no coincidence that these two teams are also year in and year out the best two teams in the league. They're the best run, top to bottom. Colts, Pats, they're just the best run franchises in football. They're the best at finding guys in the draft that can immediately have an impact on their team. They're the best at filling in spots when they have a major player leave their roster. That's what they're good at, and that's why they're on top of the league year in and year out. So we can say, oh, the Patriots are losing Asante Samuel. That's really going to hurt. Well, we don't know what Belichick has in mind. He's planning something. Trust me. I guess we'll have to worry about that whole cornerback thing sometime. No. He has something planned. Guarantee it. And it'll be fine. It'll work out just fine. They'll have somebody in there, some guy we don't know about. Then all of a sudden, we'll be talking about this guy going to the Pro Bowl. I'm telling you, that's what they're good at. Personnel. The right pieces in the right places. That's led to their, both these teams' success. You can't even argue. Over the last 4 or 5 years, the Colts and the Pats are the cream of the crop, the elite in the NFL. There's other teams that, rise up and just have a really, really nice season. You have teams like the Giants who just came out of nowhere and won the Super Bowl. You have teams like the Steelers who all of a sudden, who are always a good team, but then have one season where they're just amazingly good and win the Super Bowl. Which, by the way, I believe they got a wild card. They had to win 3 games on the road to get there, so they didn't have an incredibly, overwhelmingly dominant season. So you have these teams that spring up, and then, by the way, the next season, Steelers were pathetic.